You fucking started out just talking to me. Now you're the craziest person I've ever seen.
Because I caught you in my sights.
Don't do that.
I said great.
Don't do that.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Give me the reason to have my lawyer smile. You realize how close I am with my lawyer?
Who the hell do you know here?
They told us the age of the movie star was over, that cinemas were dying, that the era of great American epics were replaced by 15-second TikToks. But then 2025 happened. This was the year that the Titans returned. We saw Paul Thomas Anderson reinvent the action epic, Ryan Coogler turn a period western into a literal bloodbath, James Gunn's new Superman. But beyond the big names, 2025 gave us stories that felt like they were bleeding through the screen. Some was about our dreams, our jobs, our political situation, and our very survival. I've spent the last 12 months obsessed with all of these films. These aren't just the movies that made the most money, they're the 10 films that define what it is meant to be alive in 2025 and what 2025 looks like in cinema. Let's get into it.
Legends of people born with the gift of making music so true it can pierce the veil between life and death, conjuring spirits from the past and the future.
Had a long day, man.
You didn't see the lights back there?
Oh, yes, I did.
What did you toss out of the vehicle?
Excuse me?
What did you toss out of the vehicle back there?
Trash.
You sure about that?
Yes, ma'am.
You been drinking today?
I've had a few.
A few what?
A few small beers.
So in at number 10 is Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an Accident. Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an Accident opens with a moment so ordinary it feels almost benign. A family's car breaks down on a quiet desert road after hitting a stray dog. But as with most of Panahi's work, with Mundane quickly slips into moral and political chaos. What begins as a roadside confrontation becomes a tense and deeply unsettling meditation on guilt, justice, trauma, revenge, and the way violence echoes through everyday life. The stranded driver, accompanied by his pregnant wife and young daughter, encounters a passing mechanic named Vahid. At first, Vahid seems like a saviour, but his demeanour shifts when he becomes convinced that driver is someone from his past. A notorious prison torturer known as Pegleg. From that moment, It Was Just an Accident transforms into a psychological, ethical thriller, one that traps its characters and its audience in a state of uncertainty. Is the accused man truly guilty, or is trauma warped Vahid's perception beyond repair? Panahi's direction is spare but deliberate. Much of the film unfolds within the confines of a van or along isolated stretches of the desert, using still, unbroken shots, heightened claustrophobia. The performances, especially from non-professional actors, have a raw documentary-like intimacy. The sound design, the rhythmic thump of a prosthetic leg, the distant hum of the wind, become as integral to the storytelling as dialogue. There's dark humour scattered throughout, to which is amazing because it doesn't feel unnatural, and really is quite powerful, showcasing that in the dark moments that may confine society, there is still a power to find laughter and joy. Moments of absurdity that remind us how oppression breeds both tragedy and farce. What makes the film remarkable is its refusal to moralise. Panahi offers no easy answers about guilt or redemption. Instead, he dwells in the fog of uncertainty. The possibility that justice and vengeance may be indistinguishable in a world where truth itself is fractured. The final scenes, ambiguous and haunting, leave us wondering not only what really happened, but what we as viewers are complicit in believing. It was funny because I watched this at Leeds Film Festival, and after the film ended, I was walking out, there's people behind me were saying how overly long and boring that final scene was, which I think is such the opposite. It Was Just an Accident is a masterwork of restraint and courage, shot under the same restrictions that define much of Panahi's late career. It reaffirms his ability to turn limitation into poetry by confronting political horror with the lens of human doubt. He delivers a film that is both searingly topical and timelessly tragic. So, the next film, in at number 9, is Clint Bentley's Train Dreams.
Beautiful, ain't it? What is? All of it. Every bit of it.
The not so spectacular. The structure not comfortably told, not simply to explain fairy tale of loss, grief and solitude, and by that one of the most beautiful films of this decade. Clint Bentley and his team create a wonderful world of decent human beings. We follow the point of view of the subjectively most memorable sequences of a logger's life. The most beautiful next to the most traumatic ones. Witnessing unpretentious, in-depth talks on the fly. Taking philosophy not as academic but pragmatic, down to earth, true to life takes, meditative and true. Everything in here is picture perfect. With director of photography Adolfo Velosso's literally mesmerising cinematography of colours and landscapes and weathers and climates, and as well as Bryce Dessner's dreamy, all-embracing score to Joel Edgerton, Felicity Jones, and the sixth best man William H. Macy, giving you a couple of wonderful humans on screen that feel true, that feel grounded, that feel human. By telling our protagonist's unsplashy story of 1920 woodcutter, his small dreams, his huge losses, and a daily life just progressing no matter what happens to the individuals in it. It's impossible not to feel every chop of wood, leaf crunch, and bird chirp within the seemingly unending landscape that sets itself in. I haven't seen many films in recent years that use their surroundings as an anchor quite as effectively as Train Dreams. In its loneliest moments, it feels incredibly similar to Malik, with its ability to contextualize characters, using only its stunning surroundings. The final moments reduce me to absolute tears. Train Dreams is a specifically heartbreaking, disillusionizing and sad film, while giving you a soul-warming, glorious and cosy canvas to digest it. So, in at number 8 is Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice.
면접 잘 봤어?
Park Chan-wook captures screens and modern digital technology better than any other filmmaker in the game right now. Rather than shying away from the modern world, Park Chan-wook fully embraces it, making it the livelihood of the film. Modernisation, digitisation, AI, technology's ever-growing transition from helping people to replacing people. How do you live in this world when all you know is paper? It is one of the funniest films of the year, and without a doubt one of the best looking films of the year. The cinematography, which didn't get an Oscar nomination by the way, and editing throughout No Other Choice, the best I've ever seen since Decision to Leave. Multiple scenes left my jaw agape, and even through the camera work, is transcendent from start to finish. The third act is a director and DP showing off for 45 minutes, straight with some of the most mind-blowing images you'll see all year. Such a nuanced film that will only ripen on each rewatch. No Other Choice's bleakly funny, harrowing, intimate portrait of a man watching the floorboards of his life rock beneath him, only to discover he has no stable ground left to stand on. The movie traces the unravelling of a man whose life of small luxuries, gentle routines, and domestic comfort collapses after a corporate buyout erases his career in an instant. His descent is a shot not as clean break, but as slow, humiliating erosion as he latches onto the identity that once defined him. The movie asks a central question: what happens when a man believes his worth exists only in the job the world has taken from him? Park Chan-wook builds a thriller from anxieties that feel disturbingly ordinary. Financial problems, shrinking dignity, the pressure to stay useful in a world that keeps moving without you. While watching No Other Choice remind me a lot about Parasite, Bong Joon-ho's movie attacks similar themes such as class hierarchy, invisible labour, and systematic inequality. Both movies reveal systems that turn ordinary people into competitors, sometimes unwilling enemies, and both expose the cruelty that emerges when survival becomes a zero-sum game. What makes No Other Choice feel so relevant is how its anxieties map perfectly onto the present moment. Automation displacing jobs, AI reshaping entire industries, and workers increasingly unsure whether their skill or their humanity still hold value. It's relevant right now and will remain relevant in the future when the rules of the economy shift faster than people can adapt. The danger just isn't unemployment, it's what people become when they realise the system was never designed to protect them in the first place. So, in at number 7 is Zhao Zi's Nizatu.
I will change my destiny!
I can't think of a movie more deserving of being the first in the world to earn $1 billion domestically, as well as the first animated movie to make $2 billion. Animation is cinema. The final hour of this film goes to the scales that most animated films wouldn't dare touch, but this goes for epic storytelling. Seeing the beautiful animation and incredible fight sequences is one of my favourite moments in cinema this year. I'm in awe. This movie had me in literal awe and childlike excitement with its animation and set pieces, and the themes of accepting who you are and defying any and all prejudice resonated with me on such a deep level that I nearly wanted to cry by the end of it. I'm trying to find the words to describe my feelings for this film, and I'm having a hard time doing that. I love the characters and their arcs, the beautiful animation from start to finish, and everything about this movie. The scale is off the charts. You can feel the magnitude of this film in every single frame. Nizatu will go down in history from the greatest sequels, standing proudly alongside Dawn of the Dead, The Dark Knight, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Doom Part 2, The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. Yes, it's truly that incredible. It manages to increase the scale from the first with its incredibly smooth animation and a bombastic final act that had me staring at my screen in awe. The quiet character moments between Nizar and Ao Bing are also some of my favourites of the entire movie. This film is so impressive in every single aspect, and what it's been able to accomplish is applaudable, and I only hope it continues to gain recognition in the years to come. So, in at number 6 is Josh Safdie's Marty Supreme.
And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box. You think it's that simple?
Yeah, I do.
Money and fame are all immaterial. Knowing you're the best in the world at what you do, without a shadow of a doubt, is the ultimate prize. After one of the most illustrious promotional campaigns of the decade, Marty Supreme has finally hit theatres. Timothy Chalamet is everything he promises to be and more. A relentless odyssey in the pursuit of greatness, not for accolades or riches, but for the simple satisfaction of knowing you are the most dominant person in your field when you put your head down the pillow or the back room of a table tennis hall at night. The entire cast is firing on all cylinders, even surprisingly Kevin O'Leary, who surely didn't have to stretch far away of any of his actions or mannerisms. I love Josh Safdie's eye, and after seeing The Smashing Machine, it's abundantly clear which of the brothers I prefer. Darius Kohunji has such rhythm with his shot selection here that threads this entire chaotic narrative together. And the score is perfect. The 18th synths provide such a booming vibe and really helps energise the film, but it also has some really quaint, beautiful, deep segments. So perfect. It equals Timothée Chalamet's current career pursuit, an openly declared desire for greatness, written and constructed for him to thrive, which he achieves to an astounding degree, with performance brimming with grandeur. This is a chase in its purest form, electrifying from beginning to end, madness, consistently ironic and self-aware, with the most insane surprises around every corner. Pulled many chuckles away from me. It's such a ticking time bomb with an anxious itch of both good time and uncut gems penetrating through. What a fun watch from start to finish. So, in at number 5, we're halfway through. Now it's starting to get a bit serious. So, in number 5 is Began's Resurrection. So this was my first film I went to go see at the Leeds Film Festival. But it was also my first film at any festival ever. And I've completely been bamboozled by this. And after watching it, I needed a couple of days to collect my thoughts about it. Because quite simply, wow. It's one of the greatest modern achievements in film I've ever seen. Quite literally more than a film. Especially after watching some films after this one, I feel bad for the other ones because this was my first one I watched. And it's just incomparable to this magic. Anyway, so this film is quite simply stunning. A meditation on the importance of dreams, love and life. The whole field generally feels like a dream. During it, I was so starstruck. I didn't quite know, but I think it's so amazing that you don't need to exactly know what's going on. Like Christopher Nolan said, you don't have to understand it, just feel. It's pure meditative cinema at its finest. It's clear after reading more about this film that we split into both the human senses, but also appear in Chinese cinema. I feel that as well, as each segment of film also evokes different emotions. But it was just made with perfection, such perfection. Every frame feels like an oil painting submerged in water. The cinematography put to screen is actually immense. Such talent to put these 5 different visual styles of screen within the same film with such perfection. It's beautiful. These recurring motifs return, mirrors, tunnels, stairways, and the eternal recurrence of faces across time. The soundtrack too deepens his world. But beneath the aesthetic bravura lies something deeply human. Began's obsession has always been with memory, how we haunt ourselves through time, how we construct meaning through fragments. Resurrection takes that obsession to a cosmic scale. Resurrection is about searching for the dream of being alive at all. It asks, what does it mean to feel, to dream, when both are endangered? Not everyone will find answers here. Some will find the pacing glacial, the narrative obtuse, or the emotional core buried under abstraction. But for those willing to surrender, Resurrection offers something rare. A cinematic experience that feels like watching a story, or more like falling into one. It lingers, long after the credits roll, like the memory of a dream you can't quite name. So, number 4. I mean, this is kind of a personal favourite of the year because of how deeply it affected me and how deeply I enjoyed it, and the fact I went to watch it 5 times. It's James Gunn's Superman. Superman is undoubtedly quite messy, but at the same time is so earnest, bold, and such a breath of fresh air that I had a smile across my face for the majority of the runtime, and have complete confidence and faith in the future of this iteration of the DC Universe. James Gunn kicks off his DCU in a valiant, ambitious film that trades the bleak of grim for the hopeful and optimistic. Abundantly whimsical and corny, the entire film just felt like a massive breath of fresh air for a comic book movie genre that had me beyond tapped out and uninterested. It goes so many places that I never would have expected someone to have the balls to go for a film that's supposed to kick off the next mega franchise, and I applaud Gunn for not shying away from these themes. Costuming is a home run, and all the cast are all deserving of the flowers and beyond. David Cornsweet immediately enters the conversation among the greatest comic book movie castings of all time, and every supporting character, from Brosnahan and Holt to Gasindo and the more minor supporting crew, were all aces. I like how this was set up almost episodically, Superman going through different villains to get through the week. I like how the first image we got was Superman lacing up his boots, and his big speech is all about how he puts his shoes on every morning and puts one foot in front of the other just like us. I like that this was a very fantastical universe where Superman can fight a big kaiju in the city, and other heroes may show up to help. I like that their way of to show Superman saving people and squirrels. I like that Superman is trusting of humanity and puts his faith in people. I like that every emotional scene with Lewis and Clark made me cry. Overall, if you can't tell, I love this movie. Rachel Brosnahan is so good. Her and David have such a great chemistry in this thing. The punk rock scene had a tear streaming down my face. Lewis gets great moments with the characters outside of just Superman as well. The time with Mr. Terrific is beyond great. The Justice Gang is fun. In the movie, just enough. Not too over the top comedic to the point of being annoying, Idai Gathigi is a standout and Nathan Fillion is great too. As mentioned, Nicholas Hoult is amazing. Generational hating performance. The scene of him telling Superman he's envious of him and his envy will drive the human race forward is so good. And the scene with the kid lifting the Superman flag actually broke me. And that's what this is all about. Bringing hope to those that need it in such dark times. Plenty of scenes like that brought me to similar joy. Superman is a showcase of what it means to be a pure good person despite everything. So, at number 3 is Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value.
Ni två är ju det bästa som har hänt mig.
Bäst som har skjedd deg? Skal vi vært der litt mer, da?
This was probably my second most anticipated of the year, maybe first. I was too excited for this. Sentimental Value ranks among the best films I've ever seen about fractured families, intergenerational trauma and the healing through art. And I've seen a lot of them. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel or do anything groundbreaking. In fact, the story is relatively predictable, but it's executed with such masterful emotional precision and sincerity that feels revelatory. Joachim Trier and his skill for script is beautiful. It's nuanced and makes every character sympathetic. No one feels one-dimensional or reduced to a stereotype. Everyone is complicated, flawed, and achingly human. The cast brings so much quiet depth to their roles. The writing, in tandem with the performances, breathe so much life into these characters that they genuinely feel like real people. Performances feel incredibly lived in, especially from Renate Reinsberg and Stellan Skarsgård, who bring so much raw vulnerability to their roles, capturing the unspoken tension and complex history that exists in real family dynamic. If I wasn't already familiar with these actors, this movie would have convinced me that they were actually a family. These characters feel so specific, so intimately drawn, yet the emotions that they're working with feel so universal. It's easy to find aspects of the characters that are relatable, or elements to the story that resonate. There's a level of emotional honesty on display here that feels so special and rare, and Trier expertly balances the melancholy with the moments of humour. There's one scene in particular that made me laugh harder than some of the comedies I've seen this year. The film understands how distance builds between people who still love each other, and how hard it is to bridge that gap. At times it reminded me of Aftersun, where it's tender reflection on the way we try to make sense of and better understand the people you love. But it also reminds me of the worlds of Ingmar Bergman and its restraint but poignant portrait of a family. Sentimental Value is cathartic and captivating film about family that feels unbelievably authentic and rich with emotion. It's about how our upbringing shapes us, trying to make amends, confronting the hidden parts of ourselves we refuse to face, and struggling to connect with the people we've grown distant from. It's a story about loneliness, regret, and the desperate, sometimes fumbling attempts we make to reconnect. It's also a gentle reminder about the importance of forgiveness, not just of others, but of ourselves. Most importantly, it's about the power of family, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers, and the unconditional bond between us, and how you can heal throughout. So in second place is Ryan Coogler's Sinners.
One day he's gonna follow you home.
I don't think I've ever leaned further forward in my cinema seat and locked in harder than I did for that final hour of Sinners. A beautiful, bold blend of music and the mystical in an outrageously entertaining, thematically dense thrill ride. A love letter to blues with musical performances piercing the veil through life and death. Generations past, present and beyond. From the production design and the costume design to the cinematography and score, Sinners is a wholehearted, immersive experience that sucks you into this world and doesn't let you go until the credits roll. Michael B. Jordan is enthralling in this dual performance, but where the entire cast is perfectly curated. Ryan Coogler's passion for filmmaking oozes out from every single frame, and Ludwig Göransson continues to plead his case as the most exciting contemporary film composer. An electric collection of originally fusing together to make a film worthy of going to the movies and witnessing on the largest screen and loudest speakers possible. This is such a bold film, full of risks that beyond the thrills, has so many layers to it that a second watch is certainly required to digest everything Coogler is bringing to the table. It's just an electric movie experience, full of soul and overflowing song, music and culture, transcend generations, and this film will be no different. A rare and beautiful instance where every single person on screen and behind the scenes being perfect in their roles, destined to be a part of Sinners. Romantic, rich in culture and history, is literally effective in every single way it strives to succeed. It riffs on the vampire allegory, giving it renewed vigour and legend. Definitely vampires versus cultural, while simultaneously being a project that could have operated merely as a musical drama, illustrating relevance, creating expression. History is never far behind. It retrains its unique theory throughout, with regular moments of nervousness that could be slashed with a knife. Instances that had me virtually rocking back and forth in my seat. It pulls no punches, and its daring plays, and man, that sequence, you know the one I'm talking about. It's truly astounding. It's the type of film that makes you say, why can't every contemporary blockbuster be like this? It's oozing with grit and the flavour that Coogler makes his own. He's undeniable and might cement himself as one of the greats in the years to come. So, we've made it. In the entirety of 2025, personally, I think my favourite and the best film that was made, wonder if you guessed it, is One Battle After Another by Paul Thomas Anderson.
I need you, brother. Sensei, please.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
It was my most anticipated coming into the year, and man oh man, let's get into it. So, One Battle After Another is the movie of the year, an awesome and overwhelming cinema experience that left me breathless. Everyone in this brilliant ensemble cast is electrifying and mesmerising. Paul Thomas Anderson has created a propulsive, Oscar-worthy masterpiece for the ages. I mean, yeah, everything you have heard is true. One Battle After Another is absolutely incredible, exhilarating, hilarious, arguably one of the most important movies of the decade. PTA has once again created something so special. PTA is my favourite director, and so I would have loved this no matter what, but man oh man does he make something special there. It's got an incredible score, there's a giant chord that plays at 3 pivotal points of the movie, and it hits you like a semi-truck every time it shook the theatre. The thesis of One Battle After Another is this: fascists may have all the power and artillery at their disposal, but it's in the service of absolutely nothing. Regular people, for all their shortcomings, have something they'll never be able to obtain: life and love. The use of long lenses throughout One Battle After Another is literally to die for, but yeah, I will never forget seeing that sequence as long as I live, and you know what sequence I'm talking about. Real talk, I shed a few "is this heaven" tears of joy during that one sequence. It's one of the best car chases sequence that I've ever seen, and it's pure ecstasy to remember you're in the hands of one of the greatest filmmakers alive. It's so good. It's crazy because you feel like you've seen all kinds of car chases over the years, wondering if there are any new ways left to film one. And then you see a filmmaker create something unique out of an overdone movie element like car chase. It's damn inspiring. Hope every young, aspiring filmmaker working today finds some inspiration in it. Not the kind of inspiration that lures them into intimidation, but to be reminded that there are still ways to create something newer, even in the spaces that are deemed to offer little scope for invention. PTA is a master. One Battle After Another is a relentless epic for the ages. It's a non-stop, in-your-face drama until the very end. Not only did PTA manage to touch strong in the political landscape, it provides an optimism for the future. It's a movie of a lifetime. The cinematography in One Battle After Another is so messy and beautiful. Night scenes look real with hard sources and rich shadows, minimal lighting for interiors, with faces lost in darkness, shaky aerials and telephoto tracking shots. Content is fake and shiny. This movie is raw and greasy. One Battle After Another is a spectacle from the jump. This cast is everything, especially the women who lead with such force and gusto. The visuals are genuinely insane at times. The scoring fantastic, it speaks to today's times. PTA has a major winner on his hands. I'm still at loss for words about it. It's an absolute insane experience from start to finish, and it never feels like it stops. It's also one of the most hilariously exhilarating and important films of our time. PTA is one of the greatest to ever do it, and this will better win him the Oscar. The entire cast is incredible, but it's DiCaprio's hysterical dramatic performance that seals the show. Sean Penn's perfectly evil and settling as he displays so much rage and deep insecurity, yet always cracking me up as he channels his inner Tim Robinson. Chase Infinity is a star in the making. This film is able to know exactly the right times to be funny, thrilling, and hopeful, bleak, political, and ultimately deeply heartwarming. A modern masterpiece that's destined to become a classic. I'm moved by how One Battle After Another portrays community. There's power in watching regular people actively choose love in their darkest moments, risking their own safety for others and refusing to be instilled with fear, silenced by regimes built solely on hate. One Battle After Another had some of the scariest gunshots I've heard in a movie since Heat. Every bullet fired was a jump scare. Leonardo DiCaprio is astounding in One Battle After Another. He's hilarious, courageous, pathetic, emotional. At every turn he's enthralling to watch. It's personally, I think, his best performance ever. He doesn't just deserve another Best Actor nomination, he deserves another win. Bob is, for all his flaws, one of the best people to be a PTA protagonist. When we see him all nervous and younger, just trying to be good, I loved him instantly. And when he's burnt out and older, I loved him even more. The most likeable character DiCaprio has ever played. One Battle After Another is an interesting title for many ways. For a commercial film, it is a promise that the film will have one set piece after another, one chase, shootout, fight after another. But you could use the phrase about everything or about life itself. Surviving life can feel like one battle after another. Raising a child is one battle after another. Understanding yourself, your world, trying to change its rules and shortcomings, or profiting from them, or just following them. A revolution is one battle after another. Maintaining the status quo is one battle after another. PTA's screenplay is so brilliant, and how it's able to pack in so many things and be entirely moving on each front is astounding. One Battle After Another is the best movie of 2025. It's got a perfect cast, a perfect crew, and a perfect filmmaker. What a film.